Welcome to the Bible reading journey, where we are traveling from Genesis to Revelation in a year. If you have been here before, welcome back. If you are just joining us, welcome to the journey. And just jump in where we are because it's never too late to start. Lighthouse Ministry is happy to be traveling this road with you. And today, we are on day number 62 of the Bible reading journey. Today's reading itinerary is the book of Joshua, chapters 9 through 12. And you might want to pause here and first dive into those chapters for yourself. Then join us back here for thoughts about today's journey. Today's journey is titled, Moving South and North. As usual, the text notes contain an outline of the book of Joshua to guide us on our journey. We are on section 1C of that outline today. All right, today's reading, chapter 9. We hit another bump in the road for Israel's conquest of the Promised Land. We read how the Gibeonites lied about who they were and where they were from in order to get a peace treaty with Israel. When Joshua and the Israelites were deciding what to do about the Gibeonites, we read in chapter 9, verse 14, that they did not consult the Lord. The Israelites decided to believe the Gibeonites and make the peace treaty. 3 days later, they were very upset to find out they were deceived. In chapter 10, with God, Israel defeated the southern armies, including the miracles of a hailstorm and an extended day. In chapter 11, with God, Israel defeated the northern armies, doing just as the Lord had commanded. And then finally today in chapter 12, Israel tallied the defeated kings to the east and west of the Jordan. So let's look up the word presume in the Webster Dictionary. It means to undertake without leave or clear justification, to expect or assume, especially with confidence, to suppose to be true without proof, to take for granted. Well, why did we look up the definition of presume? Well, because yesterday we read of the Israelite Achan who presumed he could sin a little and get away with it. He stole some of the war plunder and hid it for himself, and he and others paid with their lives. Today, we read of the Israelite leader, Joshua, who presumed he knew how to handle a situation without consulting God. He presumed the Gibeonites were telling the truth. They weren't. And he made a peace treaty with them, which prevented them from being able to defeat one of their enemies. These cases of presumptions, both with ill intention and with good intention, illustrate the dangers and serious consequences of presumptions because they leave God out. How often do we presume, with ill or good intentions, that we are capable of making our decisions on our own? The thought of the day comes from the Daily Walk Bible. Understanding can wait, obedience can't. The challenge of the day also comes from the Daily Walk Bible. What important decision are you facing today? Don't presume you can make a wise choice without God's help. With His Spirit indwelling you and His Word available to you, He can guide you into a wise course of action if you'll let Him. And our memory verse of the day comes from James 4:10. This is the NIV translation. Humble yourselves before the Lord, and He will lift you up. The text notes contain information on how to find us on YouTube, Facebook, and email. Happy travels today. See you next time. This is Lisa at Lighthouse. God bless.